Welcome all to the Dream Wave for March. This is March 2024. And I have it here as March in Dreams towards Peripheral Transcendence. 2024 Dream Wave Forecast, Astrology, Human Design. All planets are still direct until March 15th. So this is an excellent time to initiate something, whether you have the full energy to continue forth with it. It is a very powerful time to initiate new things. Prior to the 15th, when Mercury goes in the shadow, and not too long after, there will be our first eclipse of the year, which will be a full moon lunar eclipse on the 25th. And just to reflect on last month's dreamwave, around the 13th, 14th, 15th, if you remember, this was around Valentine's Day. This was like a Wednesday. There was a personification happening of the Pluto-Mars conjunction, and I actually observed this. Someone was on the phone, and someone was almost physically attacked. And so, one of the most challenging days of the year that we got through with that Pluto conjunct Mars. And that's hence why I gave that title, February Scary, for February's Dreamwave. As is my practice, my write-up, the planets are the dream symbols of the dream, the language we are born into, so as to play with what we do not yet understand. The stars, the dust that we truly are, where we're from, the charts, the graphs, the area wherein we project out and play our stories through this creatrix. The purpose of life is to play out what we do not yet understand. Life is a play and exercise of free fate. Life here seems a holographic projection. Astrology and human design are forms of interfaces, codes that we use to describe, play, and replay it, and direct it back ourselves. Now, the sun as it moves through Pisces and Aries this month, it seems with the eclipse there will be some minor chaos, some smoke screens, some seeds being sown, both of the dark variety and of the positive variety. Because it's our goals and it's also our intentions and it's also our seeding. And so remember to be still in the vortex of your heart as all moves around and through you. Remember to ground too, with Pisces energy, especially with Neptune being in Pisces. Remember to be like a tree, like a redwood, to ground your roots into the earth, or maybe you don't ground into the earth. Not all like systems do. But grounding is necessary, especially for those of you that lack earth planets in your chart. Now, the sun will move through the following gates this month. Gate 63, the mental gate, gate of confusion from time to time. Gate 22 is the gate of grace. That's off the emotional solar plexus center. 836 is also off the emotional solar plexus center. That's the gate of crisis. That's where Neptune is. A lot of delusion, but also a lot of powerful envisioning there and clarity. 825 is the gate of inanimate objects and things, but also a powerful gate of initiation that is in the ego center. 17 is also in a mental center, and then gate 21 is in the ego center. Now this month we'll be having a full moon lunar eclipse. This will be an early Monday morning, around midnight in Pacific Coast time. You'll begin to feel this midweek, maybe even on Wednesday, Thursday, the week prior, on the 20th. Look to your horoscope to see what house this lands in. So maybe look on astro.com to see where it is you have Libra at 5 degrees. That's where this will be hitting. And this will be in gate 18. Gate 18, the gate of ancestral darkness. Gate 18 is where a lot of healing work has to be done on kind of our ancestry. It's a gate on working what has been spoiled. It's also a gate of black magic. From the I Ching. That's mostly from the I Ching. It's not always translated over into human design. Now, there'll also be a new moon this month in gate 22. This will be around March 10th. This will be in Pisces 20 degrees. So you could look to see where you have Pisces 20 degrees in your chart, and that's where your new moon will be. I'll go into more depth about this particular new moon as we go through all the gates. Meditate on these gates within you as you experience them. Now, gate 63 is the gate of curiosity and wanting. Take care of your needs and resources or compromise yourself. Remember when in conflict to ask what else is possible when things are not correct. This is a great way to deal with challenges in life, is to remember that. Remember to look another direction beyond, difficult distractions and look for what else is possible. Gate 22, the sun will move in the gate 22 on March 7th after it moves in the 63 on March 1st. This is the gate of grace. Know that all emotions are an expression of deep love and power what it is to be human, or you may not be able to hold the darker shades of emotions and project them inwards or outwards or even towards the self. The gate of grace can also be the gate of disgrace. So it's a very powerful energy in the sense of moving in the world with the grace and knowing of who you are. Around March 13th, and this may be a challenging time from March 10th to March 13th, as this particular gate will, the sun will be in conjunction with Neptune. There's some other aspects going on. This is 36, could look at it as a sort of revolution calling you to lead with right timing or to lose your way in anger. I'll go more in depth. No need to go more in depth. That'll be the new moon. So not too far after that will be the new moon, and this will be 8/22, and this will be March 10th, as we discussed. This will be in Pisces, 10 degrees, the time to begin a revolution of the spirit, introspection, emotional depth, and other spiritual creative inclinations like writing, dreaming, creating, and being. So if there's something you want to write, something that you wanted to put forth, this month is a great time to set aside time to get that done, to work on that, and to do the editing the following month when the sharpness of Mercury goes into Aries. So great time to write now and edit later. On March 18th, the sun will go into gate 25. This is the gate of innocence, allowance and acceptance of what is, or choosing to reject the self. On the 24th, this is around a day before the full moon eclipse. Sun will go into gate 17. This is about opinions, sharing logical solutions, or getting lost in the traps of inflexible thinking and seeing. Now, the full moon, as I already noted, will be in gate 18. Correction. Edit your story with growth and transformation of who you are in this verse, or lose yourself in negative mental degradation of self-identification. This is an editing of who you are. This is an understanding and an acceptance and an allowance for you to be and to see yourself as being at higher frequencies and seeing yourself in such a way of acknowledging the shadow self and celebrating both the self in the light of the sun and in the darkness of the moonlight. Around the end of the month, March 30th, sun will go into gate 21. This is the gate of hunting with the hunter, managing resources for all in balance or controlling through egoic self-focused exploits. As a summary for the planets of the month, Mercury continues in Pisces until March 9th, when it will go into Aries. Sun will enter Aries on March 19th. Mars will enter Pisces on March 22nd. Venus will follow a day after. Jupiter continues with Uranus in Taurus gates. Saturn continues in Pisces. And Neptune continues in Pisces. And Pluto will continue in Aquarius in gate 60. Now, last month I wasn't able to do the Pluto moon. Pluto is going to be in gate 60 for a while, so it's just kind of moved over to the Aquarius side of gate 60. Gate 60, am I saying that correctly? Yeah. And so it's going to be hitting these same moons for the rest of the year. So every month it'll be Scorpio moon, early parts of Scorpio moon, early Aquarius moon, early Taurus moon, and early Leo. It'll just fall on different days every month. So this month, it just hit us. It's hitting us now. The moon is in Scorpio. So it's hitting us today, yesterday, maybe a little tomorrow. And then on March 6th, the moon will conjunct Pluto. The Aquarius moon will. And then on March 12th, Taurus moon will square early Pluto and Aquarius. And here I noted that Mars will conjunct, but that was for last month. Then on March 19th, we have Leo, the Leo moon opposing Pluto. And then I didn't add, but I'll add. So I'll do a Pluto video this month. The next hit on Pluto before April arrives. And that's all for this month. To just summarize, well, we'll just leave blackness while I explain. So to summarize, we have until the 15th to initiate any goals, any long-term goals that we really want to be successful, and continue in kind of a fast forward to get everything done that we can get done, because things are going to get a little backwards around once Mercury retrograde starts re-looking at everything we've done, and we start to review and reset and redo things. And that'll be Mercury going retrograde for almost the whole month of April. I'm just talking about the shadow period for March. And March will be the beginning of another kind of, I mean, these first 6 months of 2024 are going to be very kind of inimical to any kind of settling into the body. It's going to be challenging to really stay still because we're moving so quickly and intensely. But things will calm mid-year. Just right now, Mars is shooting through so many different outer planets. And next month, or rather, yeah, after March, next month I'll be doing obviously another dream wave. This time it'll be for the eclipse on April 8th in the month of April, as we have the Mercury retrograde, as I just noted. That's going to be a really challenging month. So it's ideal to get everything you can get done now prior to April starting so you can relax a little. And that intensity will last throughout May as well, and it'll calm down around mid to late May, hopefully. I hope that was helpful to you guys. Feel free to comment, like, and subscribe. That'll help me, and I appreciate